He's a guy that's going to make our football team. He's already made them better, and they haven't all met him yet, just because of the type person he is, his reputation, and what he's done in this league. And so he's just going to be a tremendous effect on the Denver Broncos, and I couldn't be happier that he's chose to play for us. With that said, I'll introduce the next quarterback of the Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning. Oh, pick this up? Yeah. I gotta stand on my tiptoes. You guys good? Not bad.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Mr. Boland. I'm very excited to begin the next chapter of my playing career for the Denver Broncos. Starting with Mr. Boland, I can tell this organization is committed to winning. The Broncos, they do have incredible fans that love this team, and this truly is a special football environment, and I am glad to be a part of it. I really appreciate and am grateful for the time that was given to me by several very impressive organizations and individuals during this process. But in the end, I felt the Broncos were just a great fit. I've always had a great deal of respect for John Elway. He is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, and his knowledge and respect for the game is evident in everything that he does. Talking football with John, with Coach Fox, and his staff helped me realize that this is a great place to be. I called John Elway Monday morning and let him know that I wanted to be a Denver Bronco. I am thrilled to be here. I'm looking forward to meeting my new teammates and doing everything I can to help this franchise win another Super Bowl. I'm going to wear number 18 for the Denver Broncos. I had the privilege of speaking with Frank Tripucka this morning. It really goes against everything I believe in, being a guy that appreciates the history of football. I believe when a number is retired, it should stay retired. But in talking to Frank Tripucka, I feel that he really wants me to wear his number. And it was a very humbling conversation, and I'm honored to wear his number, being another quarterback for the Denver Broncos, as Mr. Tripucka was back years ago as the first quarterback to play here. So it truly is an honor for me, and I'm really following his wishes to wear it because that's what he wants me to do, and I'm honored to do that. So thank you very much. I'll be glad to answer your questions.
Hey, when was the moment that you knew your future was to become the Denver Broncos?
Well, like I said, I woke up Monday morning, and I first called the two other teams that had kind of gotten down to the finalists in this process, and thought it was important to let them know, like I said earlier, I truly appreciate the time that they took with me, and I've really enjoyed talking football with some other teams throughout this process. I think the NFL is in great shape. There's some great owners, great coaches, great people in leadership around the NFL, so that was exciting for me. But having my first visit here, I felt very comfortable here. The thing that Coach Fox and John and I always talked about, that both sides had to be comfortable. And if neither side was comfortable, then I think winning probably wouldn't follow. So I felt very comfortable here. John and Coach Fox felt comfortable, and hopefully that leads to many wins.
What were the deciding factors?
You know, there really wasn't one deciding factor, really. I really felt in the tough decisions I've had to make, where to go to college, whether to stay or go my senior year, that you have options and you really believe that you can make any of them work. And I've always believed that it's up to me and the people here around me to make this the right decision. You know, it'll be speculated on and debated, you know, for months to come whether it was the right decision or not. I'm going to go out and try to make it the right decision. I don't look back. I'm looking forward to getting to work right away. I'm going to get with the strength staff and the training staff right after this press conference ends and go to work. And I'm going to stay here through the week and really kind of get situated. And so that's what I look forward to do is going to work. And like I said, I could tell that Denver was committed to winning, and I'm glad that they wanted me to be a part of it.
What kind of family vote was there on this?
Excuse me?
What kind of a family vote was there?
Well, like I said, Denver, everything about Denver, the time that I've spent out here, there's great people here, there's great football fans, and, but I really spent a lot of time on the football side of it. When I first got here, sitting down with Coach McCoy and Coach Gaze and Coach Fox, talking football, talking offensive philosophy, and those are the things that I really wanted to get comfortable with, and I knew that these guys knew what they were doing. These guys were committed to winning, and so that was very important to me.
How did your personal rapport with Elway kind of play into your decision and the similarity that you share at this point in your career?
Well, certainly I've always had a relationship with John, and it goes back a long way, but I'm seeing John now in a different role. I've always seen him as a quarterback, never having played against him, but that's not always the role that I saw him as, and now I'm seeing him as a leader of a franchise, and I just really liked what he had to say. Everybody knows what kind of competitor he is, and that John was as a player, but I can tell he's just as competitive in this new role, and that got me excited. I know he's going to do everything he can do to help this franchise win, and it certainly all starts with the leadership at the top with Mr. Bolin, and then Coach Fox is the guy that I've known for a long time. I know he's hungry to win, and I'm just looking forward to being a part of it. Well, it's certainly very different. There's no question about it, and this will take some time for me to get comfortable with. There's no question about that. This is all new to me. I mean, you're talking about a guy that was with one team for 14 years, the only team that I worked out for really for the draft, the only team that I took a visit to, and so that's the only Indianapolis Colts, the only team I've ever known. So. And I've told John and Coach Fox that I'm going to need their help to help me kind of get through this transition. I know they're going to help me in that process. So I think the sooner that I get started, going to work, going to lift weights, getting into my new locker, putting on some Denver Broncos gear, getting going, that's all going to make this process easier for me. So the process, it took some time. It's the only way I knew to do it. I hated that it took time and other teams maybe got put in tough positions. I hate that about it, but it's the only way I knew to do the process to find out what made the most sense. And so I'm glad all that part's over with. I can get down to football now.
Peyton, how clear a vision of the team around you were you able to get through this process, and what the offense is going to look like, what the skill players are going to look like, and all that?
Well, like I said, as for John Elway and his staff and Coach Fox, I know they're going to put guys in great position to help us win. And all I want to do is be a part of it. I am not going to be the offensive coordinator. I am not going to be involved in personnel decisions, not even the least bit. That's what these guys are here to do, and these guys are great at that. So I am here simply to be a teammate. I'm looking forward to getting to know my teammates and to do whatever I can to help this team win in whatever role that is. And so that's all I want to do, and I'm looking forward to starting that right away.
How much of what John was able to do at the end of his career was an inspiration to you?
Well, I think certainly John knows what it's like to play quarterback at the ages of 35 and 36, and so certainly that helped. But there's no question that it's going to be this is going to be a team process. Everybody has to do their role. I have to do my role. I accept great responsibility in being the best player that I could be to help this team win. But I'm going to use the resources around me because I'm going to need their help. And so I will lean on John. I will lean on Coach Fox and all the other teammates that I'm looking forward to getting to know, Coach McCoy, Coach Gaze, and it's going to be a team effort. It's the only way this thing can get done.
Is there any other result besides winning the Super Bowl that will satisfy you?
Well, that's why we all play this game. There's no question about that. And that's why you work hard in the off season every single year, why you lift weights, why you go through training camp. That's the goal. And so that's what I've always tried to do every single year. And knowing that, don't have 15 years left to play a football. I certainly feel that sense of urgency. That's what I want to do. I know that's what the Denver Broncos want to do. Hopefully, we can all do it together.
How soon do you shed some light on your rehab? How close to 100% are you right now? What else do you need to do to continue to progress?
Well, there's no question I have work to do, and I've been very open with the Broncos, really all the teams, about my medical history, about where I am, about how I feel, and I really let them tell me. I put all the cards out on the table, working out for 3 teams and going through my entire medical history, not just this past year, and so I couldn't sell myself when it came to that. I had to let them tell me and decide this is something they wanted to do. And so, it was encouraging to me that all the teams that partook in that process said they wanted to go forward. And so I have work to do. I'm not where I want to be. I want to be where I was before I was injured. I wish I never would have been injured. But I know that I need the training staff here and the weight staff to help me get to where I want to be. I know, like I said, as soon as this is over, I'm going to start right away on that process. I have a lot of work to do in getting to where I want to be from a health standpoint and, learning this offense. This is going to take a ton of work. And so the sooner I can get started, the better. It's a challenge that I look forward to meeting, but I'm going to need a lot of help around me to help me get those goals done.
Peyton, you see yourself being the quarterback when mini camps open right after the draft, being on the field with your teammates in practice?
I certainly hope so. It is hard to really give a timetable or a prediction. That's one thing I'd rather not do. So, but that's what I want to do. I want to be out there every single snap, every single play. The mini camps and the OTAs with the new rules this year, they're limited. They're probably they're more important than they have been in the past because you just don't get that many of them. So that's what I want to do. That's my goal. But I have some work to do. I look forward to getting started on that. But the doctors and the trainers say they feel very encouraged about where I am and the progress that I've made. And I like hearing that, and hopefully we can just keep on that path.
Thank you. Given the circumstances surrounding the quarterback position here the past year, what effect did that have on your decision in your conversations with the people here? Was that assured that that would affect you moving forward as being quarterback?
No, I tell you, we really didn't have any conversations in respect to the quarterback position. I know there's decisions to be made. Look, let me just say this. I know what kind of player Tim Tebow is and what kind of person he is. I've gotten to meet him personally one time, and what an awesome year he had this year. And if Tim Tebow is here next year, I'm going to be the best teammate I can be to him, and he and I are going to help this team win games. If other opportunities present themselves for him, I'm going to wish him the best. He's going to be a great player wherever he is. And so those are decisions that have to be made by other people. Those aren't my decisions, and those conversations never did come up with me. This is a place where I wanted to come and play football and to help this team win in whatever role or capacity that is. I'm sure I will. Yeah, I have not yet. I've really haven't had a whole lot of time to breathe. This really just happened since Monday morning, and so I'm looking forward to getting to know all Bronco teammates. I've met Eric Decker on my visit. Elvis Dumerville and Champ Bailey have been blowing up my phone for the past week and a half, so hopefully that'll die down just a little bit. Look forward to getting to know them in person, and but there's not many other Broncos players that I know personally. So Tim, Von Miller, DT, all these guys, getting to know the offensive line, that's exciting for me. This is all so new to me, and I look forward to that. And I think that's going to help me get more and more comfortable through this process.
It's going to be a tough transition. Without naming names, there are several of your former teammates that are free agents. Would that help you at all adapt to this new situation with the Broncos?
Well, listen, there's never a teammate that I've had that I didn't want to play with for the rest of my life. I've always said that. You know that. The guys that have played Indianapolis, it was hard to see them retire or get traded or move on. And every player, John will tell you, you want to play with that guy forever. So I know there's some players out there that the Broncos are looking at. When asked about those players, I told them exactly how I felt about the great teammates that I've had. And so, but once again, when it comes to personnel, that's just not my department. And so I know they're going to do whatever it takes to get the best players here to help us win games, and that's all I want. And I know they'll do the right thing for the organization. So we'll just see what happens there. Yes, ma'am. No problem.
With the draft coming up,
Right.
you said you're not getting involved with personnel decisions, but I can't help but wonder, you might be able to put a little bug in the ear of the folks representing the Broncos at the draft. Who looks good, who might be good, how we should make some trades before the clock runs out?
Well, no, I mean, like I said, these guys have more experience in that than I do, and they know the needs that this team really has to have. And so when they say, hey, we need a player at this position that's going to help us win, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. Sure, I love when they draft offensive players. I'm not going to lie about that, but it's what's the best for the team. And so whatever they feel is best, they've been working on their draft for some time now before I got here. So whoever they decide to pick in the entire draft, I know it's going to be the best players to help the team win, and I'm all for that.
How does your family feel about moving?
We're excited. It's going to be new and exciting, but we're looking forward to it. It'll take some time to adjust, but we're all excited about it.
Hey, was there anybody in your inner circle that felt you were taking too long with this decision?
No one told me that. I mean, I wanted to know right away. I really did. And I'll tell you, I mean, people don't believe me. I didn't know until Tuesday before, the Wednesday press conference that I wasn't, for sure wasn't going to be back in Indianapolis. And so this has hit me fast. And coming into a new facility, the Broncos being the first facility, it felt strange being in a new locker room. I've just never been anywhere else. And so it did take time for me to get kind of my feet planted on the ground. I think John could sense sort of what I was feeling, having been in one place his entire career, so he could relate. And I think he knew it was going to take me some time. And the only way I knew was to go through the process, was to get to know some people, to talk some football with some people, and get a feel for the environment and the atmosphere. And so I did that. And I'm sorry that it took longer than it did. I didn't know what the baseline was. The baseline for me was to feel good about a decision and to make it, and then to go out and make it the right decision. And that's what I have to do at this point.
Was there any part of you that felt like this was a great move, and being the historian that you are of football, and this is a storied AFL franchise, did that kind of get in your head? Did you think about that at all when you were making the decision?
Well, I've certainly come in the past couple of days to learn the history of, not all of it, but to learn some of the history of the Denver Broncos and the great players and great teams they've had. I am a guy that appreciates that. And so I'm proud to be in the AFC still. I've always been an AFC guy. I certainly was considering, some teams in the NFC, and I really tried to just get a feel. I really feel that, any place that I picked, I could have been comfortable there. And so, but Denver really I just had a good feel here. And so I'm proud to still be in the AFC and proud to be a Denver Bronco.
You have a young dad miss an entire season because of injury.
I'm sorry?
Your dad missed an entire season because of injury. Did you lean on him about you having to miss a season?
My dad and I talk a lot, I guess. Didn't necessarily cover that. I know what a challenge I'm in for. There's no question about it. In some ways, I feel my body will be rested, will be fresher in some ways. There's no question that you'd rather not have taken a year off, but hopefully I can turn that into a positive and be fresher and be, have certain other parts of my body be healthier and more rested, not having taken a bunch of hits this year. So hopefully that can be a positive for me, but I know it'll be a challenge.
You have a young family, that's what you told, you said to us that you were feeling closer and closer to being like yourself. Do you feel like if there was a game this Sunday, you could play?
Could I play a game this Sunday? Yeah, I could. I don't know how well, if I'd play as well as I would like, but yeah, I could play. I could go out there and do it. I just, I don't know if you call it high standards or what. Yeah, I just got work to do. I want to just keep working and get back to being where I want to be. And, I'm not supposed to be where I want to be at this point. It is March. I have a hard time reminding myself of that. And, John and Coach Fox and Greek, the trainer, and Luke, the strength coach, these guys are going to remind me of that and set out the plan for me, and I'm going to follow that plan. I do know it was important for me to get into a facility and get back into a routine. The the workouts of not being able to go to a facility and traveling here or there, that part wasn't productive for me. And so I'm excited I can get back into a routine and get to work, and hopefully that can put me on the right track.
What do you think of these wide receivers in particular, Demarius Thomas and Eric Decker, Peyton?
Well, they're young and talented, and I've played with guys that age before. I know you can tell when you watch these guys on tape that they love football. They're excited about it, and so that's what's always rewarding for me is getting on the same page with these receivers in the off season and seeing that come together on the playing field. So I look forward to that part of it, working on our timing, getting together, talking football. These guys are going to have to help me as well. I'll lean on them, and I'm the new guy here.
Demarius might be the biggest wide receiver you've played with, right?
He is for sure. Yeah. No, he is. He's big, and that'll be something new and exciting for me. And guy's got just a ton of talent, a ton of potential, and I'm looking forward to helping him, and I'm looking forward to having him help me as well.
Peyton, is the plan to sequester somewhere with these receivers and other skill positions in the offseason before mini camp starts?
Well, yeah, certainly the rules have changed as far as what you're allowed to do in the NFL, so I've still got to kind of get a little clarity on that. But I'm going to do whatever we can to get with these guys and talk with these guys. I know a lot of it has to be on your own from what you can do, and so yeah, the sooner we can get started on that, the better for me.
Until this past injury, you've been basically bulletproof in this league. How did this injury affect you and reflecting on your health and safety? Was it hard to work through, and how did you work through it?
Oh, sure, it was very hard. I never complained, though. I have nothing to complain about. I had 20 years of pretty unbelievable streak of health going back to high school, and so there's lots of players that have had to miss a season or miss significant time, and so it was just the first time it's happened to me. So I tried to learn from it. It was hard not being out there. It was hard seeing our team not winning games. That was definitely the challenge. I know how much I missed it. I know how much I want to be back out there playing ball again, and I know how hard I've worked just to get to this point from a health standpoint, how much harder I have to work.
Is this year by year at this point, or is this a 5-year deal?
Oh no, I'm planning on playing for a long time. Yeah, I realize that it's not, I don't have 14 years left by any means, but at the same time, this isn't something that I'm just building a foundation this year to really try to do something in 2 years or 3 years. I mean, this is a now situation. We're trying to win now. We're going to do whatever we can to win right now, and that's all I'm thinking about is to getting back to the way I want to be and trying to win now.
Are you more for Peyton, guys? You threw for the team.
Yes.
Your workout. How did you structure those? How many balls did you throw, and what time?
I didn't have a specific number. I threw probably maybe 60 or something passes, and then kind of asked if there's anything more that I needed to throw. I really just kind of threw what I thought they'd want to see. And like I said, I really was about as open booked as I can. I told them some things that that bother me, some things that I'm working through. I let them see it. It was not, some of these college guys, these agents will come in and script the workout to protect the guy. I was wide open. I said, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. This is what I have to work on. And you tell me, are you still interested or not? And so I felt good about that. That kind of liberated me a little bit. There was so much unknown, what's his health? What do the doctors say? How is he throwing? And so, doing it for 3 different teams and having them all, kind of say somewhat similar, that made me feel good that maybe they are interested and maybe this thing can work. And so, so that's kind of how that went.
Did your doctors say, like, you're going to throw 3 days?
What's that?
Did your medical people say, you're really going to throw 3 days, or were they okay with it?
Yeah, I haven't really had any medical people. I've kind of been doing this kind of mostly on my own, to tell you the truth. So I've just sort of gone through this process, and I wasn't maybe interested in having 32 teams go through my complete medical history since 1998, and so I tried to narrow it down to a few teams and let them see everything. And then, I knew I didn't want to throw for, 10 different teams. That would not be productive for me from a health standpoint. So, ended up throwing for 3 and then just, made this selection and just couldn't be happier about it.
You said some great and gracious things about Tim Tebow. What would you say to his fans? They are avid, and a lot of them will be upset that their favorite quarterback is being replaced.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to them. I think they're fans of his for a great reason. He's a great player and a great guy, and I think they can still be fans of his. And I'm a fan of his too. He's a great player, great guy, great respect for what he accomplished last year. That was pretty impressive.
One more for Peyton. Last one, Woody.
Is this the last time you want to go through this process? Your dad switched teams a couple of times. There have been other quarterbacks that drifted at the end.
Yeah.
Is this it for you after having gone through this process?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. This process was hard. It was difficult. I tried to embrace it. I tried to. It was hard it was so public, and it was, just the way that worked out. But at times I said, just pick one and get it over with. I said that's not the right reason to make a choice. It's got to kind of feel right, and kind of that gut feeling that I kept waiting on. And I was glad when that hit me. And so, but yeah, it's not what I want to do. I want to be in one facility and working out, lifting weights, and focusing on football and winning games. And so I'm glad that I can do that part now, and I'm looking forward to doing the best that I can.
Thank you, Peyton.
What's that? Yeah, I slept on it hard Sunday night, and then Monday morning I woke up and put the word out.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
You continue living at Brandon Stokely's house.
Possibly. That's, I'm here for this. I'm here for 5 days. I kind of planned on and getting the football part started, and then kind of adjust to the second part later.
Thank you, Peyton. John?